It's a very popular question I get, especially with young writers. Should I use curse words in my book? And my answer has always been the same. Do whatever the fuck you want. There you go, question solved. No reason to make the rest of the video. But for those of you who want a little bit more of an in-depth answer, we'll get into it a little more. My name is Patrick Nyland, and today I'm going to tell you why I think there is nothing wrong with including profanity in your book. If you want to. So I've noticed a lot of times when a writer asks me whether or not they should include cursing or profanity in their book, it often comes from the wrong reason. A lot of times that author isn't concerned about the best decision for their book. They're more concerned about what people are going to think of the decision. They're worried about losing an audience because they offend them with the words they use. Which to me is a completely wrong way to look at the question. Look, I've made a whole video about it, but I'm going to say it again. No matter what you do, people are going to hate your book. So your focus when you're writing should never be to make everyone happy. It should be to write the best book that you possibly can. And therefore, when you make the decision on whether or not you want to include curse words in your book, your decision should come from the point of view of whether or not including curse words will improve your book. Because if you think using the F word in a sentence is going to improve that sentence, you already have your answer. You don't have to worry about who's going to be upset with it or who's going to love it. Your goal is to write the best book you possibly can. And if your main character cursing to himself every time shit hits the fan helps that, then you should do it. Now, obviously, you do need to evaluate your intended audience. I'm not telling you to use bad words in a book for children. That would be completely irresponsible. What I am saying is if you think using bad words will enhance your book, then there's no reason not to do it. And on the contrary, if you don't feel comfortable using bad words and you feel like when you write them it's unnatural, then don't do it. It goes both ways. I guess what I'm trying to say is write your story with the words that make you happy. Personally, I love to include a couple curse words in dialogue. And I don't always do it, but when it fits the character, I also try to include a dirty joke or two. It's just the way I like to write. And you know what? I know that's not for everyone, and that's okay. And yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know. I feel like a lot of writers completely overcomplicate this decision. Honestly, if you're on the fence about this decision, I would try to write your book with the curse words, and then if you decide you don't like them, you can always edit them out. Just remember not to get too carried away. I know a lot of writers, especially young ones, when they realize they can write a book with curse words, they like to include one on every single page or every piece of dialogue. And most times that doesn't really work. There are some cases when the book is so extreme that you can get away with it, but in general, if you use the word fuck 47 times in your first 30 pages, it's gonna lose its value. And that's the one thing I do want to warn you about. I actually think that a lot of readers who don't like curse words in books don't necessarily dislike the curse words, but more they feel like a lot of authors use them as a crutch word. And they feel books that rely on curse words aren't as good as the ones that don't rely on them. So to avoid this trap, make sure the words that you use actually hold meaning and add to the story. Like every other word, because at the end of the day, bad words are just words. Let me know in the comments if you curse in your writing. And if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps my channel. Thanks for watching. If I get demonetized for this, it's gonna fucking suck. I'm not even monetized.